Street talk. Streetz is talking this shit.
I'm tuned in right now to Street Talk, man. He got that fire heat.
Make sure y'all get on YouTube right now. YouTube and look up Street Talk.
Make sure y'all tune in.
Yeah, just tune the fuck in.
So we got some shit to talk about. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I sound my Street Talk. Hold up.
Welcome to Street Talk, where if you love us, we love you. If you hate us, we still love you. Fuck you though. Come here and sit with me today. I got my boy, young nigga. I put against a lot of you cocky old niggas. Definitely got a bright ass future ahead of you. I definitely appreciate him because he been showing me love and trying to get on Street Talk since I feel like he discovered it. But my boy, YounQ Kye.
It's good. Shout out to my boy Streetz, man. Let's go. It's YounQ Kye. Shout out to Too Real. I ain't gonna lie, I'm type sauce, man. I'm in this motherfucker straight up at work. I fuck with my boy for real. Like, shout out to him because I ain't gonna lie, when I reached out to him, he ain't never denied me none of that. We did a track for real. We hopped in the stoop quick as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you. It felt like that shit was just there, man. So, you know what I'm saying? This shit right here, real. You know what I'm saying? No fucking skit.
So let's start by just telling the people about yourself. Introduce your start and how long you been rapping, your inspiration, all that shit.
My name is YounQ Kye. I've been rapping for about, I want to say 3 years strong. But like, I ain't gonna lie, like life been there. So like, I ain't gave music 100. I know when I give music 100%, y'all ain't fucking with me. But like, I've been doing this for 3 years strong. I've been doing what I could do to feed myself and my family, you know what I'm saying? Draw the people in.
So, on that part, I could say, for me, I started recording when I was 16, right? Mm-hmm. And I started really doing music when I was like 20. Well, that's when I started really performing and shit started opening up doors and shit like that. So, my name Misfit Streetz now, but it used to be J Streetz, and then I always kept it separated because that real life shit, like how you said, I used to always feel like, okay, that was J. My creative side is Streetz, and then separate. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, I feel like that was a mental block for me. It was like, so once I did break that shit, it's like I combined it together because I'm the same person. Everything I do, like, you know what I mean? I'm doing this shit, but that's still me. Like, nigga, I might be, whether I'm at Burger King and I'm flipping fucking burgers, I still bite your head off if it comes to that motherfucking booth, you know what I mean? So I had to learn that shit, so never forget that and get lost in that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Life will take you, but artists gonna create. That's why I don't really like, there's different levels of shit. So like, there's creators who have natural ability, which I do happen to fall under, but there's people who don't really have drives and passions for the shit that they creative about. Like, and like, they can have the talent, but it's like, if it's too much work, they're not going to want to deal with that shit, because it's like, oh, I've had people like, yeah, I'm depressed, I'm going through shit, so I ain't really making music, or I'm like, that's when I make my best shit, you know what I mean? Like, that's when so I seen you was in the Syracuse.com the article. How was that?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that shit caught me by total surprise. Like, shout out to my boy KJ, man. Like, if he ain't tagged me in it, like somebody tagged me in it, like my boy KJ tagged me in it, like, yo, YounQ Kye, I see you. And I seen somebody else comment like, I ain't in that shit, so why you tagging me? So I'm like, alright, this might be one of them, oh, you got it, you know what I mean, you gonna be in it, keep waiting. So I'm like, I'm gonna click on this motherfucker. And I'm at work I'm at work. I see that shit, I'm in the bathroom or whatever, on my phone. I'm like, nah, this shit lying. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, I ain't on this shit. Listen, my phone started glitching and shit. I'm like, nah, like, what's going on? Like, you know, the devil I always say, get at this motherfucker. I'm like, nah. So I'm like, I see this shit. First time I did text my mom. I'm like, Mom, like, look at this. And I'm like, that's only something, I'm proud of that for the simple fact that people my age, you know what I mean, my race, my gender, literally, if they make Syracuse.com, it's for violence, you know what I mean? I ain't made that shit for violence. I made it for something I love doing, music, and something that, like, you know what I mean, I'll be procrastinating in. So like, that shit felt good.
Help you keep going and shit, like you doing something.
Oh yeah, that shit had me ready to like go out there, like record the fucking album, you know what I mean?
So I guess let's go to the let's go to the cipher next.
Okay.
So that was that mastermind cipher, right?
Yeah.
I definitely was going. I was thinking about doing it, then I waited too long. But how was that experience?
That experience was cool. For
Shout out
the
to
fact
Mel,
of-
too.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Mel. Shout out to everybody that was in the cipher. That experience was cool for the simple fact of everybody was different. You know what I mean? Everybody was different. As in, like, some people I knew before the cipher, like I didn't know them, but I know them. So like, it was different. Like I'm like, wow, man, we got some talent in the city. I ain't gonna lie, there's some verses on that motherfucker for real. So shout out to DJ Mel for putting that motherfucker together. I'm waiting for the part 2. You know what I mean? See who we gonna do next.
So how did you approach it when you wrote your verse? Was you like, I'm trying to eat all these motherfuckers, or you just like, I'm just gonna do me?
I was on both. That's a good question. I would say that's a good question. I would say I was on both because like when I wrote my verse, I'm on some okay. I'm thinking is we competing for, you know what I mean? Cause you know Mel, we plug whatever. I'm like, is we competing for Mel got something for it? Cause he say he got something for us. So I'm like, all right. Then I'm like, nah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do me. And that's me. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I got one of the best verses on that motherfucker for real. Got one of the best verses on that.
Facts. I always approach shit like that. I mean, it's so weird now because now, all my life I've been competitive as shit. In the last couple of years, I've lost my competitive edge, and that's the shit that drove me. But it's like, it's not because it's like when I feel like I'm nice. I mean, when I say that I'm nice and I can rap, I don't. It's not me saying it from a standpoint of me being like, oh, I'm cocky. This is like now I've been doing this shit for so long. I done studied music. I know that I'm nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's not. It's like to me, it's like a fact of shit. So it's not like. But it's so I'm not trying to but before I wanted everybody. Okay, I want everybody to know I'm nice. I want everybody to. I'm like, nah, nigga, I'm fucking nice. So what else can I do?
Yeah.
What else? How else can I broaden my fan base? What else is there? You know what I mean? To explore the shit that I. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like now, I remember I was having a hard ass time when music started transitioning because I felt like there was like two kinds. There was Moneybag, the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was Lil Baby,
Yeah.
and everybody doing the singing type shit. It was all those are the only things that was. So I had to figure out like, okay, where do I fit in this shit? And like I know I can't go sing melody like do a whole track like that. So I started trying to work on my bounce, like the cadence. Like I did that the ball if I want to shit, and like the way I started tossing some carrots, she felt like a rabbit. 3 times nigga that habit, don't start waving, directing traffic, copy my cloth, get holes in your fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but that I had to incorporate, like I had to study what was going on now because I came from a time where niggas like Jay-Z, Nas, you know what I mean, all the Banks, Cassidy, where niggas was just straight spitting type shit. So, but I do feel like that's what I do like from the new generation is the energy that they bring. And I was gonna go somewhere, but with saying that with the energy, I'm gonna go here first. So if someone was to see you from your first, like if it's to go scroll on your social media, besides seeing that you're definitely lyrically inclined, I feel like they would feel like you may be a little depressed or you might have. Is that an image or is that something that you battle with?
Oh, it's not. I'm definitely ain't putting on no image. So I said something that you know what I mean, I battle with. But I call it life. You know what I mean? It's reality. You either gonna step into that motherfucker, or you gonna step out that motherfucker. I'm gonna be honest with you. We ain't gonna run away from it. That's something I learned, but it ain't no. You know what I mean? And I just be doing what I do. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna post this, I'm gonna post that. You know what I mean? I don't really be on like social media like that. So like I don't be on motherfuckers inbox and on people's pages and shit like that. I be on really on some other shit.
You ain't not here letting these little young chicks get you depressed, is you?
I wanna say it's probably. I wouldn't say that. Nah, it ain't no bitch. It's everything. You know what I mean? It come with life. Like people I done lost.
Yeah, that's a fact.
shit I ain't, you know what I mean, shit I done wish I could change, I done pass, you know what I mean, shit I done seen, shit I wish I could do, shit I was still going on, motherfuckers I wish I could change, shit like that, so like, I mean, love play a part in that motherfucker too, but.
I'm about to say, yeah, we know, we ain't gonna act like bitches don't add to that shit.
Yeah,
But what I can say is that, bro, you just gotta keep trucking through all that shit, cause like you said, it is life. But like I create, so what is your purpose for creating? Like, what did you think? What is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal, I don't want to touch people. Like, I want you to be able to play my shit whenever. Like, I want you to be like, damn, like, my day bad as fuck. Man, let me turn this shit on. Alright, I feel better now. I want you to be like, yo, listen to this shit. I ain't gonna lie, because when you be telling me you be feeling like this, I swear to God, this song, this shit is right here. I'm trying to tell you, like,
Right.
shit like that. Shit all real, you know what I mean?
Fucking but I was gonna say when I at first I would say that would have been my direct answer is to say I'm trying to touch people, right? And I used to say it when I was younger. But then I discovered that what I really want is freedom. And it's not like America, I mean freedom, even though our freedom is bullshit. We free, but
Yeah.
but so much. But I want to be able, like, how do you know what your favorite flavor of anything is if you haven't tried every flavor that you have? You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I can't say, I can say what my favorite shit is with this limited type of thing, or where's my favorite place to visit. But if I have the freedom to go wherever the fuck I want to, whenever the fuck I want to experience whatever I want and try, like, that's really, like, for my family, for everybody, that's what I really discovered. Like, that's what I really want out of music. But it helped me, like, even doing this show, is because I used to, like, I'm a rapper. Like,
Yeah.
but it's like, you love music, you are music, but what are you truly doing this for? So there should be other avenues that help you get to that shit. You know what I mean? So discovering that helped me come to that. But all in all, like, touching people too is, I don't know, cause when I was in my, like, really, like, in my I'm a rapper mindset, it was always like, these are my emotions. Y'all don't get these fucking emotions. Y'all gonna relate to them or not. But and they bars of these motherfucking emotions. Like, listen or don't, motherfucker. But
So I feel too, yeah, listen to that shit. You don't hate from a distance and all that bullshit,
But
nigga.
speaking of lists, I mean, speak that. But I guess I just said it. Let's go to that list. You was on the list, and it said that was the all-time list, right?
Top, I think, yeah, people you can add to your playlist, 50.
Oh no, that's a different list there. I'm thinking about.
Cause there was a list you talking about, all them lists they been making.
They always making some fucking lists.
Listen, I done seen that shit.
But
I ain't see my name on that shit, but it was like, I ain't see my name on none of them, but I see my name on the posting. I don't give a fuck.
yeah, that's a
But
fact.
it's like, I don't know. They don't, you know how this town is. They don't pay attention to real
They
shit.
put the greatest rappers on the list from Syracuse ever, and I wasn't on it, but I ain't even going. I know people. I'm a rapper's rapper. People that rap know, and that's partly my fault. I should have expanded out and talking about in Syracuse because digital now shit is worldwide, different states and shit like that. But damn, I forgot. Why do I always do that? I lost my fucking train of thought. But yeah, but it was like people like Thump wasn't on that shit. If you make a list of the greatest rappers of all time, whether you a broke or whether you cuz whatever the fuck you is, if you can't say that Thump had one of the biggest impacts of the time, whether you like the nigga or not, that's automatically biased to me. Like, fuck me. Even though I met Thump, and my cousin had talked about it today, because my cousin like, I bought, like, because he called me like 9 o'clock in the morning. You know, like, yo, cuz, I'm trying to go to the studio, and I'm like, I ain't never really been in the studio with this nigga. I don't know if I'm really trying to do that shit.
Yeah.
This nigga was like, oh, he like, yeah, I want you to meet Thump. What the hell, yeah. So I went in there, spit for this nigga, and he was like, he's like, oh yeah, I got a perfect track for y'all, nigga, nice, da da da. But then they ended up got a call and all them niggas slid off, left my young ass at the studio, whatever. But my cousin always talk about how he like, I had this nigga in front of the nicest nigga in the town, and that nigga was poking his chest out just like, cause that's how I feel, like nigga, like whatever. Like I wasn't about to approach that track like, oh, I'm doing a song with somebody that I look up to. It's like, no, I'm about to try to eat your ass alive, nigga, and I'm capable of doing it. So, but yeah, I digress. So a question that I usually ask a lot of males when they come here is, what is your definition of a man?
My definition of a man is somebody who protects, they hold it down, they get it done. You know what I mean? Somebody who's value, loyalty, somebody who's there for their family, somebody who not, somebody you could trust, somebody everybody could come to. You know what I mean? That's my definition of a man.
So like, I seen some stuff this week. 2 things this week that pissed me off, and I'm like, that's not how a man will operate to me. Like, so like, but it's always about women. Like people do crazy shit. I can't really remember the first thing, but the one that stands out to me now is Party. Fucking Megan boyfriend. So The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Tory?
No.
Oh.
The Rock and Kevin Hart, they was doing a promo, and the person asked him, he said, if you could be a celebrity, and you could be a celebrity pet, who would you be? He said, Meg Thee Stallion. And then he's just like, said, like, but and then Party gonna go and comment about that and say all of our pets is named after numbers and something, and oh yeah, Moana was good though, and like just like what, like I don't never understand, like, and then ain't he a rapper or some shit like that, like
Who?
Like Party, he do something,
Yeah.
like you gotta understand, you got a woman on that couch. That's like, maturely now I realize I can date a stripper because I'm a rapper. As a rapper, as an entertainer, we're kind of attention whores in a way, and in some kind of way we're attention whores.
Okay.
So if a woman is beautiful and that's what she's known for being beautiful and she's shaking her ass all over the place, you think people aren't going to say that, and they're going to, like, he didn't even violate. He really didn't even violate. The person asked him a question. He ain't like he was just sitting there looking. They was in conversation. He was like, oh, I want to be Meg Thee Stallion's pet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the interviewer asked him a fucking question. He answered it. Yeah. She not married. She not nothing. I mean, with no kids. Like, it wasn't no kind of violation. But that nigga was so soft. And I feel like that's what how today is. Niggas is so caught up in women. Like, love is a beautiful thing, but it's only when that shit is done right. Yeah. Oh, and fucking like, I see people talk like Blueface and his girl. Oh man. And that shit toxic as fuck.
I'd have been left that shit.
Yeah, like
he like $100K to get rid of what?
Doing all that extra shit, but people watching that shit like it's cute and it's all that. That shit is not. It's not at all.
I ain't gonna lie. All that put my face on your tube.
Yeah, that's possessive as fuck.
Cause that shit sticking with you.
Yeah, I don't need to own you. What the fuck I need to own you for? Do you? I like you because you're free.
She really came from like a bum and he just found her and money.
No, she was pretty and she was trying to pursue being an actress.
But in her video, one of the videos, that shit, she was on a corner, gave her money, and they started dating. In the video, you know what I mean? And that's what his mom just said the other day.
Why would you even put that on the video?
I mean, and his mom said that the other day. I think she said Blueface got her with money. That shit wild, though. I can't even. I don't like my relationship out there that much. You know what I mean? Everything we do, man.
But it's just like shit scared me because like I just found out that my son's favorite artist is XXX.
What?
And
shout out to your son.
10. But he. That's what he said too, could beat me. I said I'll beat his little ass. I don't care how diesel you think that nigga is, crazy he is. But anyway, he was I'm talking about how you be telling him how you're beating up his girlfriend. And my son was like, so? I'm like, no, that's not like that's not how you do it. And then it's like, I don't know. And tripping, and he was a trouble. And you guys think like artists are layered troubled people sometimes. Like even like when I asked you about depression, it really, I ain't go too deep into it, but when I was your age, I was depressed as fuck. When I was 18, it sound weird, nigga, but I used to walk around and feel like I was just gonna disappear. Like, just like, I don't know why, what kind of chemical imbalance I had. I just felt like I'm gonna disappear and nobody gonna give a fuck. Like, I used to always feel like that.
Yeah.
And I shook that shit along the way, but I think it comes with our talents. Like, it comes with our gifts that we got.
That's a fact. I ain't gonna lie.
Cause you
gotta keep.
You can't create without constantly going into parts of yourself that most people block off. Like, other people will block shit off. We gotta constantly tap into them shits. Like, you could be in a happy ass mood, and then you hear a beat, and you be like, damn, okay, what this beat saying to me? And it's like some painful shit. It's like, oh fuck, I gotta go here. You know what I mean? Like,
most motherfuckers, like, maybe so much I want to put in a song, I'd be like, cause you know what I'm saying, like, we got motherfuckers. So I procrastinate a lot. I hate that shit about myself. I ain't gonna lie to you. I procrastinate a lot. Cause if I was to go home with this shit, I really put some shit down.
yeah, so we always are worse than they be. That's why I feel like I always say my number one rule in life, like, to me, is that you don't fail until you quit. No matter how many times you do some shit, no matter how many, like, until you say I give up and don't do it no more, you really didn't, like, you ain't lose yet.
Yeah.
You lose when you throw in that motherfucking towel. What do you value the artists, like the older artists that came before you, like the Tupacs and the Biggies and the...
Hell yeah, definitely. I listen to them all the time. Lil Wayne, my favorite artist all the time. You know what I mean? The best out here, best.
So
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
Lil Wayne say some shit. I say, to me, like, Biggie was my dude, but Biggie died mad young. But now I gotta say that Jay-Z is the greatest.
Oh yeah.
Just come where it came. But Nakeem will tell you too, because Nakeem don't even shy about that shit. I be trying to not to say too much about it because I love Jay-Z. But Jay-Z got away with some shit, corny shit. Some of his lines and some of the shit that he said. But it was with the times. It was just a different time, I guess. And he did steal a lot of Nas shit. I seen I was watching this video because you know the Ether that came out wasn't the first thing that Nas wrote. You know that? He wrote some personal, like, he went in on fucking Jay-Z, then somebody was like, nah, you gotta clean that up, and like, he kind of changed it, but he was saying some shit. Then me and AJ was talking the other day. He said he feel like Jay-Z killed Nas, but I'm like, nah. I feel like Ether is better than Takeover, but then Jay-Z got super ugly.
Fuck with Jay more.
Jay gonna win because he Jay. No disrespect to Jay and Tumblr, it's just hip hop because, you know, I just said he was the GOAT. Oh, somebody is in here at the spot talking yesterday, they're saying that he feel like Busta Rhymes is better than Jay-Z.
No.
And I'm like, I don't know, maybe in a...
Busta nice, huh?
Yeah, maybe in a battle, like in a battle sense. Like, that's what a lot of people don't understand too. There's so many different avenues of music and so many different shit where you can have, and this is like 2K, my nigga. It's just like attributes and different shit. Like, oh, stage performance, oh, fucking song making, oh, delivery, fucking, flows, all of that type of shit. That's why I was like, to go back to what I was saying earlier, like how I don't compare myself to other people no more. I just try to max out my attributes.
Yeah.
Like, that's what the fuck I'm trying to do. But I do get the urge every now and again. But it's like, now it's a good feeling. It's like, ooh, this motherfucker ate. I got like, let me get on my shit. Like. So what is it about Lil Wayne that you fuck with?
Lyrics, flow, talk. Where you from? Fuck with his story.
Lil Wayne should just say bad shit. Lil Wayne should be high as fuck. You ever heard that I Can't Feel My Face mixtape?
Yeah. That's what a lot of people don't know. The fucking Joel Santana was up there too. That nigga, he definitely can keep up with Lil Wayne.
One thing I catch, I don't know if you catch it, but a lot of this music, like the samples, a lot of people don't even be knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, you know what one caught me? The Wait For You. I ain't know that was her song. Tim's.
Mm-hmm. They always doing shit like that now. It's like, I don't know, it's the beats and shit is different too. Like when I be picking beats when I make songs now, you can't use the same kind of beats. It's like, but I honestly don't know where music going. I have no idea what direction it's taking right
I
now.
don't know where it's going.
Cause I seen this clip of the Migos at Rolling Loud, and some people were saying that it was mic trouble, and some people were saying that the Migos wasn't getting the same buzz, like the same love that they used to get. And I don't know which one that was, but the people that said that they're not getting the same love, they kept saying, okay, lyricism is coming back and da 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 da.
Yeah.
But
So let me ask you a question. You think Thug changed the game?
Young Thug?
Yeah. When his song? Because a lot of people saying he was coming off of Travis Scott's sound.
I about to say, I feel like there's a couple people who did that type of sound before him, but I feel like he
definitely had his own style of it.
definitely his own pocket. Cause I mean, like, I don't want I feel like Future and Young Thug ain't that too off of each other. Like they are, but they not. Like you can put them in the same.
That's a fact. I fuck with Future.
That's fucked up too, man. How they got slayed. They trying to take them boys down. For real.
Mm-hmm.
Using rap lyrics.
Protect Black Earth.
Definitely.
Protect Black Earth.
I think they panicking now because the way that music is harder. Like, it's easier and harder because it's more to get out there, but labels and the people that took our music a long time ago, they don't have control of it no more. We can just put shit out. Like you said, you can record on their phone and shit if they want to. You don't need to, and then put that shit out. However you want to, all these avenues. You don't need all of them either. So how else do we rein this shit in? You know what I mean?
Can't
Like,
stop it. They cannot.
that shit out. But yeah, that's how you.
Street talk got me.
On the Drink Champs.
Yeah,
Type
this
shit.
yeah.
So what you do you prefer recording or performing?
I want to say, yo, that's a good question, bro.
Y'all seen that tip. But
I want to say recording.
recording. I think I can't really compare them shits because it's like recorded is like it's like painting. It's like, okay, I know what it sound like right here, but I can't wait to see this masterpiece sound like once it's mixed down, the vocals right, everything. But then the energy from performing is just different.
It's different, yeah.
When you do that shit right.
Yeah.
Where I seen you. I don't know if I ever told you this shit, but when my brother was filming, I seen when you recognized who I was when I was performing on stage. Like, man, it's like, oh, this the nigga from, like, at first you was looking at me like, why this nigga look familiar?
Yeah.
And I don't know what, straight like, oh yeah, that is that.
Yeah, that put on my phone. This nigga from Facebook. I told my boy this, man. I'm like, yo.
Word to me, I'm like, oh shit, that was dope. But yeah, man, you definitely been trying to get on here. I just been, like you said, man, life, I've been trying to do shit different. I want to upgrade. I want to do shit a different way. But now I was like, you know what? I need to just keep going.
Yeah.
All that shit will come as long as you just keep moving towards some shit.
You gotta keep going. It's my son, man. No matter what, keep going.
So outside of creating, what are your interests? Like, what do you like to do?
Edit.
Let's do creating.
Alright, I can't work out.
Like, you don't like movies, you don't like...
Oh, like, I don't like, public like that. I don't say, I say that like as in, I don't know, I like being to myself. Like, if I go out to some shit, I'm the type of nigga, when I go out to some shit, I'm ready to go. As soon as we go out. Like, yo, when we get here, we'll do this, we'll do that. Going.
I'm a hermit too. I'd rather be somewhere with my thoughts. But you said you a gamer though. You play 2K and shit.
Yeah, I'm in the game, man. I ain't gonna lie. See niggas getting paid out that shit, you know, once this shit start jumping, that's what.
It was some rapper. I can't. What fucking rapper was it? It wasn't Twisted.
Chris?
You said who?
T-Girl?
Yeah.
They get money
Nigga,
off that
yeah,
shit.
say making more. Yeah, niggas be making money off of Twitch and shit.
Just
All that
screaming
shit.
and showing you what they do. Niggas ain't nice, doing no extra shit, just, you know what I mean?
And nigga, I'm nice at. I'm low key a gamer. Like I played every genre fucking game, and like I
bust you with 2K.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't played the new one because
Bust you with 2K, but you
we is nice. We both is nice in that shit. I started late though. Him and my cousins, they all had a little rivalry going, and I used to just watch them like, I don't know, cause y'all gonna bust my ass, and I ended up getting that shit, and I got nice in
It
it.
was the same way for me. All my family used to play that. I was like, nah, I ain't no gamer. My shot, I'm a little cuz juice. That nigga was like, probably gotta get on this shit, got on this shit.
But it's always, I ask you that because it's always gotta balance that shit. Cause you gotta like, what I do. Sometimes, like, something that Jay-Z said, I can't remember exactly the quote, it's been so long, but he basically said, you shouldn't force it. When it's not coming out naturally, you shouldn't force that shit. Mm-hmm. So, I always let my brain try to rest and shit, so I sit like I'll go play my games, or I watch my anime, or I fucking South Park type shit, like, it's just like shit that helped me.
I respect that quote, cause I ain't gonna lie, I like my songs better when I'm writing them, when it be like, damn, hold up. I'm talking about not even, like, I write my shit, but I'm talking about when I'm in my head, like, okay, what the fuck, god damn. You know what I mean?
I honestly feel like I know that my music ability is a gift because sometimes I hear songs after I record them and I catch shit that I say that I wasn't conscious that I'm like, damn, the way that connected, and like, I didn't even do that shit on purpose. Like, yo. It's like that shit comes from somewhere else. That's why I always call it a gift and an ability. It's like something that was given to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like I always say, quote too, is that we superheroes. All creators, I feel like we superheroes. Even though the dynamic of shit, people don't value the worker at all. It's like the people that fund everything, the people that got the money that can't do the shit that we can do. Yeah, the ones that get all the recognition. And it's like it goes, and I always say like, nigga, if all this shit crashed down though, we the ones that can rebuild this shit. We the ones that can do this shit.
Hey, listen. I just don't. This shit for entertainment, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie, a lot of motherfuckers out here saying like they do this shit cause of the music and shit. Like I've been seeing a lot of shit. It's entertainment for real.
Where I should Joe Buddy in your ass. Like that, yo, Lil Yachty. What do you say? Do you own your masters?
No.
What else he was getting on him about? That was basically what they say, he was bullying him.
Yeah, he got a 360 contract.
You got a 360 contract. Do you know what a 360 contract is? Yo, Joe funny as fuck. He really wasn't bullying him though. He was really, because he really do gotta be informed in this game. In life, period, you just gotta be informed because people who got the knowledge is the people who really, like when they say knowledge is power, and this shit just came to my head, like I ain't previously thinking this, but I feel like that's because the people who have the knowledge has the fucking power because they know what the fuck is going on. They know the loopholes, they know the rules, they know how to, that's how the rich stay rich and shit. They don't have to pay taxes and shit like that because they was educated and taught that shit. People be mad, oh, they didn't pay taxes because, like, well, that's because they knew, and you can't be mad at them because they fucking knew and they used it. Ain't gonna be mad at them. Like, you can be like, damn, we didn't have those same opportunities, but you can't be mad at a motherfucker for using their resources. And that's what you do. That's what we do every day. We just got less resources. Motherfuckers, even motherfuckers in the hood, like, oh, I ain't got no money, mom's single fucking parent. I want to be fresh. I can't do this. Niggas talking about me, but my resources is I know homie that put me on right here, and I know some clientele. And I don't even think that shit like that now, though. I ain't been out in the streets in so fucking long, but it's just like, that shit just don't even seem like, where is that? The shit that's crazy to me is that when, like, I'm gonna ask you, because my 20-year-old personality thought differently. Like, so, I was watching something, and a nigga walked up with the bitch. She went to the club. So, the dude bumped him. It was mad because he was fucking the girl before the nigga got him. So, they started going back and forth, and then the nigga started trying to talk crazy to him. Then he's like, "Oh yeah, and you selling powder without my permission," and But soon as the first thing that he did was back out on you. Like, it wasn't no punches thrown, it wasn't nothing. It might have been a little shove, and the nigga backed out. And then if he would have shot him and laid him out right there, his reputation would have been like, "Oh yeah, this is a tough nigga. This is a nigga that you don't play with," and And I kind of fed into that when I was younger, but now I was like, that would have been a lame ass nigga, because you could have just fought that nigga. And you started it anyway, and then if you had a problem, you could have fought that nigga. But you ain't even throw no kind of fist. But niggas get points and shit like that for doing lame shit like that. So what is your perspective on like the street shit?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't into that shit. So like, my perspective is I get money. You know what I mean? That's my perspective. Feed my family, feed them what I love. You know what I mean?
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, but it's like,
I ain't never trying to tough guy.
I don't respect shit unless it's for protection. Like if you protecting somebody, you know what I mean? That's when I'm on go.
But you gotta know. I feel like you got a choice. You know what I mean? But everything, like, don't get me wrong. We all know how it is right there in the moment. That shit just happened.
Fire fuck off.
But it's like, you know what I mean? They say God throw you battles, right? You ready? You never know when it's gonna come. Is you ready? That's why I feel like your choice is. You know what I mean?
I feel like as a man, usually, even if I don't like you and we don't agree on some shit, we don't have to agree. We don't have to fuck with each other. Yeah. Like why?
I won't see you again. I'll make sure I'm nowhere near you. So like, why the fuck? You seen that shit in the video? Probably like on the internet. Old block niggas fought. I think man beat him up. Niggas bought that shit out. You know what I mean?
Like that's just some core boy shit. Like So I be trying to teach my son too. It's like it's a time and a place. Like you don't like if somebody's trying to physically hurt you. Like about that women shit. Like I'm big on that shit. Like I'm aggressive. I will pin the fucking female against a wall. I ain't gonna hold you, and it's usually the restraining ass shit like that. But I ain't gonna put my hand like I'm not gonna punch no fucking female or slap no like I would never do no shit like that.
So if you get jawed,
you said what?
Bang bang. Like you seen that nigga? What's his name? Dre. And he was getting fucking jawed by her. You still ain't. I
got punched in my face before.
I feel like the only thing is,
you got hold
secure him.
Because the thing I was telling my son is, like, I done got punched in the face by niggas that weigh more than me. I done got slammed. I done did all all of this shit. So and I ate that shit. So a female hitting me, like, what is it really doing to me to trigger me? Like that shit make you mad. You might want to. I'm like I'm never saying that you're gonna want to. Like that's not normal.
It ain't
like,
never no hit to knock you the fuck out. Right.
Yeah, cause if I get mad, but yeah, it's hard navigating all this shit, man. The world is such a different place. But that's what I said before we started filming. It's like, and I said, man, I feel sorry cause for like, I don't know who like our actors. Like my generation of actors, my generation of performers, all of them shit start like who's a Denzel Washington, or then like I don't know. Then people, I was about to say Childish Gambino, but then he just. Why did you see? Nakeem, did you see what he had on? I'm gonna need you to put that in the editing.
Yeah, probably for Atlanta.
No.
They filming that right now.
No. He was out of awards or some shit. But I'm gonna say the positive thing first. So, people attacked him and said that they don't feel like Atlanta was catering to black people, which is weird as fuck. If you live in Atlanta, you see that it was illustrated like it feels like Atlanta. Like
Hell yeah.
it feels like Atlanta. Like
I wasn't
that episode with the jersey, I felt like I was at Stone Mountain Middle, bro. Like I'm watching the whole interaction, the lockers, the set, everything was the essence of it was fucking Stone Mountain. Like it was like it was Atlanta feel, but I'm saying that's we don't give our people the flowers and shit like they used to back in the day, and maybe it's because it's not such a commodity and we don't appreciate it as much. Like when people break records and make them heights, they done did it, but our people are still breaking records and doing stuff these days. But he had on some purple or pinkish eyeshadow on top of his eyes. He had some drawers on. He had no shirt on. He had like a little V-neck see-through shirt, and then his pants was the same see-through material. I was so confused.
Make it worse, he from Stone Mountain.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, right.
But how? That's what you ever think about that shit? Like everything that we try so hard to get, but what is it really on the other side? Like what do they really try to take from us? What do they really want from us? Like, do you really gotta do all that shit that they say? Do they try to ruin you? I mean,
I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of shit I learned. Like this label shit, a lot of niggas don't. I feel like, listen, no lie, real shit. If you want to do this music shit, right, and you serious about this shit, why you don't want to know about it? You know what I mean? Like that's like me saying, yo, what type of drink is that, right? I don't try it, I don't look it up, none of that shit. But I study saying, y'all want to try that motherfucker? For it? Like that's how music is. Like I research this shit. Like it's a lot of shit I learned. I feel like niggas like picking up cameras, picking up mics, picking up phones, editing, all that shit. Like what you want to do? Like you know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, niggas don't know that you got a lot of time on your hands. Like, and you ain't gonna get that time back, but you got a lot. Like, think about what you actually sit there and do. Nothing, sit there and bullshit, get drunk, all that, you know what I mean?
yeah. But I mean, as far as like the people who, like how they say, like the gatekeepers, basically, like, oh, you gotta do this for you to reach that next level, or we gonna blackmail you with this or that shit.
That shit crazy. I hope I never get into that shit. I do.
That's why I feel like I wanna. That's why I always wanted to go the independent route as much as I could, because I want to keep as much control. That's like it in every aspect of life, whether it's music, politics, everything is like the power really is in the people, and then like we lose that shit because we so separated. Nobody give a fuck about the next person, or they just don't care about the next play, or everybody on their own shit, their own agenda. Like, but togetherness is a motherfucker. That's why I want a fan base. I don't give a fuck about being on TV selling a bunch of records all the goddamn time. Like, if I have a fan base that's solid, fuck with me in everything I do. Oh, my album dropping, they gonna go to that. Oh, Street Talk coming out this episode, I'm gonna go watch that. Or the podcast out, I'm gonna go watch that. I mean, oh, we doing skits, we doing this. Oh, like, I mean, oh, his brother got art. I mean, go count, he's doing clothes. I mean, like, all of that shit. Like, that's what I want the shit to be. Like, I want it to be like, they followed me through everything.
That's a fact.
Because did I say that's, well, I think I did, but I feel like that's what it is. Like that leads to my next question. I feel like every person people should be buying in this day and time. People are buying into you. And I told my friend that she do a shop, and she was saying how she was gonna post a reel, and she was like, nah, but I only like to post reels on my business page. And I'm like, well, you kind of should post because they buy into you more than they buy into your product. People fuck with you, so you should always kind of balance the both and be visible. Like, but that's what you have to do these days. But people be doing too much clout chasing.
That's
That's what
A lot of cloud chasing.
I'm scared, bro. My son sit and watch YouTube all day, and there's a whole bunch of like just laughing at people doing stupid shit. And I did stupid shit when I was younger, inspired by Jackass and shit like that. But it's just crazy the shit that people do these days. It's like, was you even thinking at all? Like, what the fuck kind of sense did that make?
That's a fact.
Then it's just like even I think it's lame as fuck. It'd be funny sometimes, but that dude that walk around with his phone and try to catch people up and have them call their best friend or call them, and he be like, all right, let me see if you cheating, let me see your phone, and then I'm gonna call them to have like why the fuck you just walk around trying to catch people up for entertainment? They out there chilling, she cheating, he cheating, but nobody know. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's shit weird. But drama sells too.
All the time. That's what I said.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's entertainment shit, man. It's not for the weak motherfuckers. Everybody criticize people that want to be artists and do all type of shit, but y'all niggas ain't built to do that shit.
That's a fact. Let me see you get up on the stage and perform, nigga. Pick a mic up. Let me see what you do.
Definitely.
Show me your creativity, nigga.
That's a whole different thing in itself, because having crowd control and fucking watching and seeing, like, I literally had my manager, my old manager, had signed me up for this shit, the open mic, and we went to that shit. It was nothing but white people and guitars and shit singing rock and roll. And she's like, "Oh, you wanna leave?" Hell no.
Yeah.
I had all my music on the flash drive. That's when we used to do that shit, and I knew I had the set list. But then I went there and I sat that shit, kept that shit in my pocket. I was like, I know what I'm gonna do. So she kept looking, but I was enjoying that shit because I love people that can play instruments and sing and shit at the same time. Cause I can't do that shit. You know what I mean? So like, it's still, it ain't my type of music. But when they came up there, and then he said, I was like, my name is Streetz, whatever. He looked at me all crazy, and it looked like, you sure you want to go up there? I'm like, hell yeah. So I went up there and I was basically like, my name Misfit Streetz, and I'm like, the Misfit means that go against what you was taught, and streets means that follow my own path. Like, that's what the fuck my name means. So I'm like, and we all got pain. We all got, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna show you mine in a different type of way.
Yeah.
And I just spit some shit that I had read. And got standing ovation off of that shit. So it's like, it's a talent off of reading the crowd. Like, no matter where you go, you gotta have that ability to, but at the same time, I can admit that I'm getting better now, but I haven't been the best person on camera as far as video go. As far as moving and doing all that shit, like I practice and I feel like I've gotten a lot better, but not being stiff and shit like that, I had to work on that. Which used to drive me fucking crazy, cause like, how can I be crazy on stage jumping around and shit, but
On camera, yeah.
it's about being in my fucking head.
Cause you know I'm motherfucker play that back, play that back. Look at this.
It's about letting go.
Yeah.
But shit, so is there anything that you want to talk about or you want to say to the people?
Man, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. No matter what you do in life, you either gonna keep going or you gonna stop. I mean, and if you keep going, let me tell you, that shit gotta get better. You know why it get better? Because everything changed. Life is about evolving. You gotta learn, change. You can't be the same person every day. You gotta want to change something, you know what I mean? That same cup that sit there in that motherfucking counter, pick that motherfucker up, you know what I'm saying? It's change. That's what life is about, change. Shout out to Mr. Streetz who put me on this motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you, I've been fucking with him for like a year. I ain't gonna lie, like you said, when I first found out about this motherfucker, I seen the first episode. I added this nigga, I texted him, I said, I'm on this motherfucker, and this nigga been playing, but we did this shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. We gonna work on some shit. I ain't gonna hold you, like, we gonna drop some shit for real. We about to do some crazy shit on these niggas.
We about to get off and work on this video real quick too, nigga. It don't stop. It don't stop.
You know what the fuck is going on,
But
nigga.
you got anything upcoming that you dropping or that you?
Listen, I've been trying to put some music out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really, September 18th, that date talking to me. September 18th, that day talking to me. So y'all can stay tuned for September 18th. That motherfucker talking to me. That's the day that's the day right after my pass, September 17th or September 18th. Both of them days talking to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I think I might drop a little motherfucking tape I'm really, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I'm waiting on what's next, bro. I'm trying to figure out what's next. You know what I mean?
It's gonna come to you. I'm in the same phase as you right now. But yeah, keep a lookout for that date.
Yeah.
You already know this ain't the last time you're gonna chop it up. It's just the beginning of a lot of shit. Thank you for coming soon.
That's a fact.
Told you we was gonna get it done.
And we got it done. Bitch, fuck is you talking about, nigga? It's motherfucking street talk, nigga. It's YounQ Kye, nigga. Misfit Streets. That's motherfucking go, man.
You already know. Alright, so